appointment. It's 3:01 now, and my appointment's at 3:30, and it takes me, I think, 15 minutes to get there, so I'll be a little ahead of schedule, but that's fine. So I recently, let's say 3 weeks ago, scheduled my first consultation with a dietitian. We talked about my medical history, and oh my gosh, I just realized I left that notebook. Yeah, but anyways, I had an appointment with a dietitian, talked about my medical history, you know, my current habits, my goals, you know, why I'm seeking a dietitian. And I told her that it was she was really great. Very, very, very great. My first 2 appointments were covered by insurance. The third one, maybe not so much, but I think I still, even though it costs a bit more than I probably would like to pay, considering the other ones were covered by insurance, I still want to follow up with her, but I just said like in a month's time, so that my goals and things that I've set, I can see some progress. I told her that I was looking for a dietitian because I wanted to get more education. I've learned that sometimes our perception or perspective of food is why we overeat, or again, it can be very like psychological. For example, people who like were raised to make sure you finish everything on your plate, which I was one of them. I don't think it was like to some crazy extent, but it definitely was you better not waste that food, eat what's on your plate. I don't do that necessarily with my kids now. I let them eat what they can, and sometimes they just don't want to eat what I cook, which I don't take offense to it. And then there are things where I'm actually really surprised that they had any interest in it and they clean their plate. If they're like with TJ, he'll eat a little bit and then he'll walk away, and then he'll come back and eat a little bit. So dinner for him tends to be a lot longer than everybody else, but that's fine. So I wanted more education because I wanted to look at food not as just for satisfaction, but for fuel, like how it affects my body, how it can help heal my body. I want to be more mindful. I want to, when I'm making a salad, it's not just a salad for weight loss, but it's a salad when it's power packed with, you know, chickpeas or beets and all these different vegetables, that I look at it like, oh my gosh, I just gave myself, almost as like a car analogy, instead of regular gas, I gave it premium or plus. I only do regular in my vehicle right now, but I do know that there's others. I don't know if it's plus and then premium or premium and then plus, but y'all get the gist. It's same kind of mentality or same kind of philosophy can work with what you put in your own body. You know, for a vehicle that requires premium, you're not putting regular, or you're not putting, you know, I think premium is the high test. Okay, now certain terminology is coming back to me. I feel like my dad used to be like, I need high test. I don't know. Okay, but you would put the best gas in your car if it requires the best gas to be at optimal performance, is the case that I'm trying to make here. So I want to have that same mindset when fueling my body. And even though I'm giving myself grace, and it's not to say that I'll never have fast food, it's just to say that even now we're limiting it, but I want to limit it even the more. And I want to be an example to my kids. I just want to lead by example and have my children learn as I learn, make better choices as I make better choices, and just feed my family better all together. So I just wanted to bring you guys up to speed. So the 3 goals that we had set were the original goals, because now I have a new set of goals. The first set of goals was to incorporate eating a protein and starch before my cup of coffee in the morning. Now, I can't finish a cup of coffee to save my life. I guess if I had to finish a cup of coffee to save my life, I would. But in most cases, I don't finish a cup of coffee. It tends to go to waste. And I'm even talking a 12 ounce from Wawa is too much. A 10 ounce on the Keurig, too much. An 8 ounce on the Keurig, too much. I just cannot complete it unless I'm very focused on doing that. Even when I go to the diner, don't typically end up finishing a cup of coffee. But what I was noticing is that if I drank coffee on an empty stomach, that my stomach didn't feel the greatest. So she said coffee can do something with the microbiome of your gut, and also we want to learn about gut health too. So when she said that, I said that makes sense. So I've been incorporating some kind of protein or starch before drinking my cup of coffee, and that tends to help a lot. The second goal was 80 ounces of water a day. So that was the goal that I had for the first 3 weeks. Epically failed, but I gave myself grace. I didn't like beat myself up about it. I'm just doing better now. Yesterday I had 2.5 of these, and today I am looking to get 3. Oh, it looks like there's a detour, so I'm gonna actually put my little GPS on just so I can see the map and remember which street I need to turn on to. I wonder what happened, but I hope everything is okay. Could be just a down power line, could have been an accident, so I hope everything is okay. So 80 ounces of water, so I'm working on that. This is a 24-ounce cup, and it was gifted to me by our school. This isn't exactly their logo, but it's a similar kind of wildcat, similar to their school mascot. So this is me trying to drink more, and I did like 2.5 of these like later in the day yesterday, so I think I can get this done. Okay, they're working on trees, so no accident, thank God. So okay, so third goal was, so food pyramid doesn't really look like a food pyramid anymore, I'm assuming, because she discussed something called My Plate, and My Plate is pretty much like a diagram. It talks about the 5 food groups, and they have it in this illustration of a plate, and it divides the plate according to like how much of your proteins, grains, vegetables, fruits, and then there's like a little circle on the outside of the plate that represents like a glass of milk, or for someone maybe a little bit of dairy, like a yogurt or something like that. She was saying like try to incorporate a fruit and vegetable into each meal. So in breakfast, you know, include berries. Lunch, you know, apple slices, just like things like that. Just try to always incorporate a fruit or vegetable in what you do. So if you're doing breakfast, incorporating like a slice of tomato. I love like, oh my gosh, nice slice of tomato with a little bit of sea salt on there, immaculate. Or incorporating like spinach into your egg, stuff like that. But you should be able to find a way to incorporate it in each and every meal, but also to visualize My Plate when thinking about portions and like how much of a protein, how much of a grain, how much fruit, how much vegetable. And I thought that was really helpful. So those are my 3 goals starting out. This time around, we kept the water goal. We kept the goal of incorporating a fruit and vegetable. Oh, exercise, to incorporate like 10 minutes of exercise a day, which more, but at the very least, dude, the very least for me would be making sure I walk Dunkin' for 10 minutes. And not at a slow pace. Maybe I definitely need to pick up the pace, get my heart rate going. And what was the 4th goal? So water, exercise, My Plate, and I can't think of the 4th one, so I don't hurt myself thinking about it. But yeah, it was really good. I enjoyed having the consultation. The pricing on it varies depending upon how much time your sessions are. So you don't have to do an hour. I think sessions are, your initial consultation is an hour and a half. Then your follow-up consultations are like an hour. But if you don't want an hour, I think you can do 30 minutes, and I think you can do 45. But the app that I was using, or the service that I used for my dietitian, was Berry Street. I found Berry Street. Again, this is not a paid video. This is me just giving my thoughts on it. I saw it on like a Facebook ad, and I thought, well, why not try it? There were others, but most recently I had seen Berry Street. You get to select who you would like your nutritionist or dietitian to be. They have a picture of them and like a little blurb of kind of like where they're from and just a little bit of information about them. And so as you're reading through, you can select the one that you feel meshes best with you. You get to look up what their next available is. I forget how many months they have it in advance, but you can kind of skim through at least the first 2 or 3 months, I would think, and then you can pick a date and time. And they have pretty flexible times from mornings even into like evenings. In the app itself, you have food journaling, which that was another thing. I think that might actually be my goal, to do more food journaling, because that can help her when she's reviewing, because your nutritionist or your dietitian will have access to see what you're journaling. So you can journal your breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, and you can also journal how much water you drink. Oh, she gave me a meal plan. I love that the meal plan, it was for 7 days. I think she gave me another one, so now I have one for 14 days. But it gave me a breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snack. I believe snack. I think all four for 7 days out of the week. And then it also breaks it down into a grocery list. So what I failed at going grocery shopping. Once we had this plan in motion, I should have went to the store and I should have did it. And I also was honest with her about the fact that food costs a lot. Like, healthy food costs a lot. It's so much. 4 for 4s is cheap. You know what I mean? What 4 for 4 healthy items are you getting? Drop them in the chat if y'all know. Let me know. And there's also ways to like tweak your fast food meals, which that's why I said I didn't completely cut it off, because it is sometimes really convenient. I'm trying to think what else. Meal prep. I think that might have been also the 4th goal. Somewhere about the meal prep and the food journaling, somewhere fusion of that together. But meal prep is going to be a huge thing for me. Years ago, prior to having the twins, around the time that me and my husband started dating, I was in the gym like 5 days out of the week. Faithfully loved it. I was doing good with meal prep. Then I like kind of slacked off a little bit. Next thing you know, I'm married, kids, and it's been years at this point, probably since I've consistently been at the gym. Initially it's hard and it takes a lot of time. I need to get in here. My appointment's in 10 minutes. Starting out is hard. You know, you ever feel like when you drive to a destination, it takes you forever to get there, but on the way back it's easier? I feel like starting out is always hard. Getting into the routine is a struggle, but once you get into it and it's a part of your life, it's a little bit easier. So that's what I look forward to. So after this, I'll be going home. I think I'll get into the garden for a little bit, but until then, just wait. Okay, so appointment's done. My appointment was actually done at 4:30, like I said. However, I got caught up in talking and having conversation, which is very typical. So that's done. I'm now on my way home. I don't know if I need to stop at the store to get anything for dinner, but yes, I'm on my way home to get into the garden. Dinner is gonna be spaghetti, Italian sausage, and garlic bread. And I think another thing I'm gonna do is plan out the meals for the remainder of the month, and also any shopping lists that may need to go with it for that week. So if we're doing, you know, spaghetti and sausage today, sandwiches tomorrow, soup and salad another day, I want to have a grocery list of all the things that we're going to need for all those meals. We can check to see what we have in inventory as far as like already in our pantry. The things that we need, we can just take that printout to the store. And I'll do my very best to keep it like cost effective. But that's it. We are off to the garden. I may or may not have these same clothes on. We'll see. Bye. Look who's joining me. I don't got nothing for you girls. I don't have nothing for you. What are you doing? I only see 3 of you. Where's the other one? Oh, there you go. Number 4. No entry for late chickens. They didn't follow me, thinking I have treats. I was so hungry. I know that my husband's going to get stuff for dinner, but we were at Tractor Supply earlier today, and I got this thing called a fatty. I don't know, but it's doing what I needed to do right now. I have a lot of peppers. I don't know if they're necessarily ready for picking, but I have them. And this space here, oh, and here is where I'm going to plant the garlic. Oh, garlic, broccoli. I actually have some peppers. I think I might want to pick. Let me see. Look at these guys. Looking really good. Really good. Really good. In fact, some of these I'm probably gonna pull. This would have been the perfect time to take the kids out. Just how to fly their kites. Now, the question you probably have is, oh, you know how to fly a kite? In theory, yes. There was a time in 3rd grade that I did fly a kite successfully. I have not done it since, because I also have not tried. I think this might be our last cucumber of the season. Okay, last 2 cucumbers of the season. I don't see any more green beans. They treated me well. I think my raspberry bush is also being affected by whatever was affecting my green beans. As you can see, I don't know much about ground bushes, y'all. So I need to figure that out. Nice little green bean here I can pluck, because I'll be doing another batch of green beans. Tomatoes. Let me feel. Oh, my tomato plant fell over. Well, it's really windy out here, so I'm not surprised. I'll see what happened here. You can see she's leaning. I think this happened from the grass getting cut earlier today. But nothing a quick little shove won't fix. There's some blushing on here, so I'm gonna let her sit in the windowsill. This wind is really something, let me tell you. A few more green beans. I got collard greens that I need to harvest. But they are the plant that just keeps on giving, let me tell you. Girls! Girls! Alright, I'm gonna leave this stuff here. Excuse me. That's an attractive angle. I'm gonna leave this here. And we're gonna go... Oh, wait a minute. Look at this guy. Oh, and my plant fell over again. I really gotta figure this out. Nice and blushy. She can go in the house. What are you doing in my scratch pile? Oh. Well, hello. She said, I want to plant. I also want to fly a kite. And I think my kids are going to want to fly a kite too. I'm feeling like it's going to be time to fly a kite. I don't know if it's technically too windy. Okay. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah. Thank you. Anybody following? I'm being chased by girls. 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 I'm being chased by chickens. What did you say? Being chased by chickens. They want the goods. There you go. Yes. Yeah.
Mom, can you get a kite?
Yeah, you got your shoes on.
Get my shoes. I caught on my shoes.
We're gonna fly kites.
We'll fly with them.
Are y'all upset?
Yeah, they're upset.
All right. Come on.